I think for a lot of people, they do their rear delts and the arms are up and they're going out.
For the stretch, the cross body aspect.
Maybe they're doing a pec deck, a reverse pec deck, or reverse fly or something like that. I think for a lot of people that gets quite a lot of traps involved, and they might not feel it as much when they're elevated. And so having something where it's a little bit more tucked can be a good idea. And then this is a contraction focused movement. And so it's very, very failure friendly. We did a few sets and all of them were beyond failure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and these are tough, but I found them to be quite productive for the rear delts and then also for the mid back as well.
What I like about it is the compound nature of it. The ability to lift heavy weights for this muscle group, as opposed to your dinky tees with dumbbells, you know, with your arms straight and using, going out more in that horizontal abduction. Doing these skiers, it replicates basic human movement, you know, being able to ski, as the name suggests, sprinting, you know, like in this fashion. What's awesome is the scapular component too, being able to get in that retraction. You're getting in some stimulus to your mid back, which goes a long way. Definitely feeling DOMs in my mid back today. One, because it's a novel exercise, but two, because I had Jeff shouting at me to use 17.5 for the first time I did it, and finish the exercise as you should, you know, barely being able to get a few reps out, but still productive.
Yeah, and so I really like movements in general that are cheatable and you can progress beyond failure and keep going after you've hit that strict technical failure. Definitely not for everyone. If someone likes stricter movements or they like training lighter, that's totally fine. But I just feel like I can get a lot more out of almost the creative side of bodybuilding in the moment when I have that freedom to go a little bit beyond failure.
Plus, it looks absolutely fantastic for any social media post where you're looking down the barrel of the camera, full eye contact, never breaking, just straight to failure.
Especially when you're lean, because you have like all the details just popping out. You basically are sat upright and then you hinge forward and then you just go straight back. Straight back. And you can allow like the shoulders to come forward a little bit to get a little more traps. But you're basically going.
Are you keeping your elbows relatively fixed in whatever angle?
They do bend a little bit because I find that if they stay totally straight, it turns into like triceps. Yeah. So a little bit of bend as I go. And it's not something I think about. Like I'm not actively bending the arm. It just happens because I'm not trying to flex the triceps. Okay, so you lean forward and then you're basically straight back. And you can use a little bit of like explosiveness. And then I usually finish the rep a little bit more upright compared to on the way down.
Yeah, it's almost the same as doing a bent over barbell row. If you were to keep it as strict as possible for as long as possible, and then maybe as you're tired, there's nothing wrong with just a few more.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so first time trying the skier, one of Jeffrey Verity Schofield's inventions here.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it is, it definitely is. I can say it. So I'm bent over here.
I'd put the feet a little further forward. Yep. And definitely keep them together, otherwise you'll hit them on the way back, Yeah, so you're working a bit of rear delt.
That's sick,
because you
can use a bit of...
Exactly, yeah. And you can really, because it is a contraction focused movement, so you can really jam the back at the top.
Am I thinking both elbows and scaps back as much as I can?
You will get retraction, yeah. It's a decent amount of mid back as well. And I'm not sure if I recommend this, but if you put the head up, you'll get like back of the neck as well. Yeah. When people are like, have you been training your neck? Well, no, not directly, at least not much in the past year or two. But these will, because you're like, you're getting that strain at the top when you're really trying to contract.
I can see the potential for this movement because a traditional rear delt type of exercise, it's almost, you're a bit limited by the weight that you can use. Whereas this, you can hoist some.
It's very natural to throw, like you're skiing.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. You're
Sprinting.
You're trying to, yeah, exactly. Like it's natural to move in this plane of movement. Whereas this, it's hard to generate power from the hips and then have it go out.
Yes.
Right? It's possible. Like you can cheat your laterals for sure, but it's just you can fling in that direction.
And I also like how you can use some almost supra maximal weights to use momentum and then
control
eccentric down.
So it does take a little bit of getting used to, but I think you'll like them.
It's fun when you first do a new exercise, you get the little...
Oh, a little shake.
Yeah. I like the scap bit too.
Yeah. Exactly, like that's a big part of it because you're not just boom, boom, like you're really getting that.
Because that almost gets a bit missing, the full scap from rowing movements, because I've been using a fair bit heavier weights and you're often finishing just boom here.
Exactly, you're not actually retracting.
The whole, lats are most active here, so it's almost redundant going back here. So consequently, I've lost out a bit of this retraction.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. These and then like a cable from the two sides.
Oh yeah.
But even those, like even the cable from the two sides, it's just so difficult in this position, and you're not loaded against retraction. You're loaded against pushing out. Whereas this one, you're loaded
into pure extension.
Right there. Yeah.
And you could argue there's a lot of carryover to this for any vertical pulls, horizontal, that are in this motion.
For sure, yeah.
Man, this is gonna make me sore flying back. I can just tell already. This new movement.
I think you could try these.
Yeah.
Or maybe back to the 10s if you don't.
I'll try 15. I just want to feel what you mean by that increase in.
Very nice. And it's very failure friendly. Well, not friendly, it feels awful, but it's doable.
Oh, that'd be scary if you're going, oh yeah, I'm just sitting on the toilet, want to look at some fitness content here on Instagram, and you come across Jeff's page, just, which is most posts actually.
A lot of them, yeah.
And that's how you should train all the time. Nice, Jeff. Look at this. Fuck. Oh. You went up 5 kilos, didn't you? You went up 5 from
I went up 10.
Was I at 15?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. I'll use 15.
Yeah, I think. All right, squeeze it back. Squeeze it back till it's just a shrug. Till it's just a shrug. Get that thickness. Ooh. And drive it back. Drive back. Squeeze. Very nice. Good fucking set.
Thanks, man.
Do you get any feeling?
Oh, definitely,
there?
yeah.
I would say it's just as much there as for rear delts.
It's a strange sensation for me. It's not a muscle pump. It's not pain, but I get this mini sharp sensation.
It's like a cramp.
I haven't felt that in, I can't even
both sides or one side?
Both.
Yeah.
Kind of just, between my scaps, I feel a little, ooh.
Yeah, at the very top.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the fuck that is, maybe a rhomboid or...
Yeah, it's just not used to inner range contraction with such heavy load.
Like when you see someone do...
Look at this, yeah, it's...
Yeah, look, I mean, you've...
Cheers, legends. Your next job is to watch this video here so that you can become the best version of yourself. Let's get it, come on.